Hi everyone, Carl here, and today I'm not actually building anything, I'm just going to throw out an idea or a suggestion if you will. Last week Max from Max DM Crafting released a video where he builds a Space Marine Land Raider. It's a really great video and I really suggest you watch it, especially if you're interested in Space Marine tanks. Now, there's only one part of the build which I would do differently. I want to make it very clear, this is not a shade on his video, because I really like it and I really like the build. It's just my own idea of how I would have done things differently in one specific case if I had to build my own model tank, which to be honest I'd love to, but I've got too many unpainted models already. So, the part I'm talking about are the tracks. Now, Max used a very clever idea. I just used a strip from a rubber sheet which was already textured. And I think that would look fine for smaller tracked vehicles. But for a Land Raider, I think you might want something chunkier. At least in my head, that's what the tracks would look like. Something like... Now, the problem with tracks is that making each individual one might take you some time, right? But I figured out an easy way how to make them in a few minutes, maybe 20 minutes for a set. And it's really very simple. I used cardboard, but you could use chipboard or any other related material, as long as you adjust the cutting tools accordingly. I started out by cutting a batch of rectangles 5mm wide and 50mm long. After that, I took a longer strip of card, also 50mm wide, and marked lines every 3mm. After that, I brought down the length every 5, 2 and 2mm. Just repeating the sequence, 5, 2 and 2. Okay, this gave me the basic layout of each track. Next, using a pen, I marked out the long lines and traced the pattern of each track. What you would want is 3 teeth on one side and 2 teeth on the other, so that they would interlock. After that, I sliced the long lines but left some material so that the whole thing didn't come apart. Basically what you have now are 5 3mm strips which are held together at the end. After I cut slits into the long lines, I glued the rectangles to the 5mm spaces. So this way, when I take off the ends, the whole thing will stay together rather than coming apart. Once the glue was dry, I started to cut out the ends. The reason I'm doing this is that you would probably want long sections for the straight areas of the track, and then individual pieces so that could wrap around curves. If you look at the official Games Workshop Land Raiders Pro, for example, this is the way that the tracks are cast. You've got long pieces for the bottom and the top of the tracks, and then individual pieces or sections of 2 pieces to go around the curves. Once you've got the pieces cut out, it's just a matter of gluing them on whatever backing you have, in the same way that Max did with his strip of rubber. Or you could just cut them all out and tape them together and do silly things with them, like rolling them around or something. Weird, but it's kind of fun. I hope you found something useful in this video, and if you do want to build your own tank, do check out Max's video. I don't think I'm going to do one anytime soon, like I said, because I've got too many unpainted miniatures, but if I do, I'll probably use that video as a reference and go for a Rhino instead, mainly because the Rhino chassis is the basis for more tanks, so I can have more variety. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you for watching.